Azure Service Level Agreements, SLA. Azure Service Level Agreements, SLAs, are formal commitments from Microsoft to its customers regarding the uptime, performance, and connectivity of its cloud services. These agreements are legally binding documents that outline the minimum level of service a customer can expect from a particular Azure service. The primary purpose of an SLA is to provide customers with confidence in the reliability and availability of the Azure platform, ensuring that their critical applications and data remain accessible. Should Microsoft fail to meet the stipulated guarantees for a service, customers are typically eligible for financial compensation in the form of service credits, which are applied to their Azure bill. Uptime and availability guarantees. The most prominent feature, expressed as a percentage, for example, 99.9%, 99.95%, 99.99%. This guarantees that the service will be available and operational for a certain percentage of the time over a defined measurement period, typically a calendar month. Asterisk performance guarantees. While less common for core infrastructure services, some specialized services may include guarantees around latency, throughput, or processing capabilities. Asterisk connectivity guarantees. Assurance that the service will be reachable over the network. Asterisk service credits. The financial remedy offered to customers when an SLA is breached. These are typically a percentage of the monthly service charges for the affected service, credited back to the customer's Azure account. The percentage of credit increases with the severity and duration of the downtime. Asterisk service specificity. Each individual Azure service, for example, virtual machines, Azure SQL Database, Azure Storage, has its own distinct SLA, often with different tiers offering varying levels of commitment. Asterisk composite SLAs. When multiple Azure services are used together to form a solution, the overall effective SLA for the combined solution is a product of the individual service SLAs. Asterisk prerequisites and conditions. To be eligible for SLA guarantees, customers must often adhere to specific deployment configurations, such as deploying virtual machines in availability sets or availability zones, or using geo-redundant storage. Asterisk exclusions. Define circumstances under which the SLA does not apply, such as scheduled maintenance, customer-induced misconfigurations, beta or preview services, force majeure events, or issues outside of Microsoft's direct control. Asterisk measurement period. The time frame over which uptime is calculated, usually a monthly billing cycle. Azure SLAs function as a contractual agreement where Microsoft commits to specific levels of service availability and performance. To achieve these commitments, Azure's global infrastructure is engineered with extensive redundancy, fault tolerance, and automated healing capabilities across regions, availability zones, and availability sets. Microsoft continuously monitors the health and performance of its services using sophisticated telemetry and monitoring systems. These systems detect deviations from the guaranteed service levels, such as prolonged outages or performance degradation. Designing highly available business-critical applications. A financial services company needs to deploy a mission-critical trading application on Azure. To ensure maximum uptime, they select Azure virtual machines deployed across multiple availability zones, paired with Azure SQL Database configured for geo-replication. They carefully review the individual SLAs for VMs, for example 99.99% for 2 or more VMs in an availability zone, and Azure SQL Database, for example 99.995%, to calculate a composite SLA, ensuring it meets their internal requirement for 99.95% availability. This design choice is directly driven by the need to leverage the highest possible SLAs to minimize potential financial losses from downtime. Asterisk compliance and regulatory requirements. A healthcare provider is migrating patient data and applications to Azure. Thanks for watching this training video. If this helped you, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content.